Yeah.
Woo. Yeah.
All right. So it seems like we're on.
Jones, we're recording. Our servers work, Jones.
Oh, okay. We're not Facebook or Instagram. All right, good to know.
We're throwing shade.
All right.
We're throwing shade to begin
It's
with.
what's hot today, you know?
28 Suplex Biddies in the house. Boys back. We got Hunneman. We got Diego. Myself, the big idiot, don't know when the record button starts, but we're here. We're brought to you by Couch Guys Sports. Make sure you're using the internet one time. Go use the internet one time. Like Damian Priest with the flaming arrow once, just once. All you need is one. Also, the podcast and the network is now sponsored. You guys ready for this sponsorship we got?
You guys kept me in the dark. I want to know what we're talking about.
So, Hunneman, I'm going to ask you, because Diego and I have already done this ad read on a different podcast before.
Okay.
Hunneman, have you ever felt unable to focus, tired, and just low on energy?
Every day.
Well, we understand that feeling, and we understand it so well that the Suplex Biddy podcast is brought to you by not only the Couch Guys Sports Network, but we're also sponsored by our friends over at Shocked Energy.
Ooh.
Shocked Energy is a drink made by gamers for gamers. All their flavors come packed with 180 milligrams of caffeine to ensure that no matter what you're doing, your focus will always be razor sharp to keep you performing at the top of your game. Their formulas are designed to specifically give you high energy, boost you when you need it most, and to avoid jitters after too much caffeine consumption.
Need that.
So here's where you go to go get it. Head over to www.shockedenergy.com and use the promo code CGSN for Couch Guys Sports Network today for 10% off your order. Check out their green apple flavored box, which Diego has told me is very well. I'm waiting for my watermelon flavored box to come in, which I ordered. And don't worry, they ship worldwide. So all the Suplex Biddies listeners from around the globe, trust me when I tell you, that's right, worldwide. They ship worldwide. Go get yourself some Shocked Energy today and let us help you gain your focus and energy back.
Hell yeah, dude.
Let's go. As Hunneman cleans his dirty ass camera, because he's a dirty ass boy, and we're about to get in this motherfucker. We got shit to talk about tonight. Suplex Biddies again. The draft. WWE had one part of the draft on Friday night. That's going to be our main topic tonight. This is going to be the topic we're going to be starting with. So, first things first. Hunneman's got the rounds. Hunneman's got the picks. So, first things first, we like to start with them first-round picks because, the three of us, first-round picks when it comes to wrestling knowledge here. So, let's do let's dive in, Hunneman.
Now, in case people aren't 100% aware of how this drafting pool tends to work, it seems certain nights they have certain superstars eligible, as they've done in the past year, but they've kept it secret as to who's eligible. So right here, you got your first round picks. You got Roman Reigns going number 1 overall to SmackDown. Number 2, Big E, staying on Raw. Makes sense to keep your champions. Then the big move that I was surprised at originally, you got Charlotte Flair, Raw Women's Champion, moving over to Fridays with the title as of right now. And then Raw, they probably grabbed Becky Lynch, right? I mean, what are you going to do? Bianca Belair, Monday nights. So, starting off hot, big change at the top. Champions stayed where they are. Your Raw Women's Champion is now on SmackDown, so it's interesting. But what would you guys think about the first round?
Oof.
It was just it was definitely an eye-opening start to the WWE draft right there. Obviously we knew Roman and Big E were going to be 1 and 2, like back in the day when Rollins and Ambrose at the time were the first overall picks for both shows because they were the ones holding the titles. I think again the Charlotte to SmackDown thing. I mean, it has to be a big. It has to be because of the network. Yep. It has to be because Fox is like, we want the face. We need her on Friday nights all the time. But Raw getting back Bianca return, I don't think that's a bad little trade for them.
No, not at all. And so it seems like Becky Lynch might not have been eligible for this specific night of the draft because she went on Twitter later on, either Friday night or Saturday morning, and said, I'm not eligible till Monday because I still want to see. She's playing it off as like, I want them to give me more offers before I go where I'm going to go and sign. So that's your top 4. And I would just say By Bianca Belair, I know we haven't been thrilled with how she's been treated, with her title and everything like that. But being a top 4 pick in the draft seems like, it feels like a good vibe for her, and they're going to stay backing her. So for me, I love seeing that. And, she can now be your top babyface on Raw, depending on how the world title scene for the women shapes up. So I am very thrilled with that one. What about you, Diego? What do you think?
I'm ecstatic about Bianca Belair. I agree with you. It seemed as if the past couple of months they kind of screwed her over, but with the 4th overall pick, it just tells you that there is a much bigger picture being painted when it comes to the future of Bianca Belair. And as long as that is the case, I'm interested to see where this takes her in the draft, what 2022 may prepare for her, and also what kind of legacy she's due to leave behind. Whether it's a short career, whether it's a long career. I personally think for WWE's interest, it's gotta be at least an 8-year career, tenure for her here at WWE.
Yeah. So can I give a quick synopsis on what I thought the first round for Raw kind of gave me?
Sure.
It kind of gave me a little bit of like a rebuilding vibe. Like it gave me like we're gonna kind of like what they're gonna do with NXT, what they're doing currently with NXT, but on the main roster, it kind of looked like they were getting ready to change the show up a little bit and to start building around some different faces, some faces that could be fitting into a very good demographic right now that they're trying to hit. So I think that they're doing the smart thing, and I think the USA Network is ecstatic with their first 2 picks of the first round.
I have a theory as to how they might shake it up, and that plays into exactly what you're talking about right there. But in the meantime, shall we move on to round 2?
Yep.
All right. So as we know, it's the big names seemingly off the board. What else could change tonight? We don't know who's eligible. We don't know who's going where. First pick, round 2, Drew McIntyre to SmackDown. Big pick. I think a lot of us seem to have predicted that one. Then round 2, RK Bro stays on Raw, keeping the tag titles there. And then you got the New Day, a.k.a. just Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, back to SmackDown. Hate that. And then you have Edge moving over to Raw. So thoughts on those few choices?
I mean, again, if you just look back at last week's episode when we talked about this, and we talked about literally Edge going around, McIntyre going to SmackDown, it writes itself. It really does. Yeah. I mean, Drew finally getting a chance to get back on the main feud scene, having him against Roman in the near future, also very, very good for ratings.
Yep.
Because we saw how good the chemistry was in their Survivor Series match last year. So I think we're looking all right in that front. But I think the big winner there, honestly, I think it's SmackDown again. I think SmackDown's slowly working their way to being the A show because Fox is paying them a lot more than USA, so they're putting all their money into that basket, in my opinion, there by adding. So far, if you think about it, Roman, Charlotte, Drew McIntyre, and then Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. Those are 5 huge names that are automatically already on Friday nights.
Yep, agreed.
Diego?
I have no thoughts on round 2. I mean, I think
nothing yet.
I think those picks were kind of, foreseen.
Made sense.
I decent picks, but I just didn't see anything earth-shattering there.
Cool.
I mean, not for nothing. I was curious to see what they're going to do with RK Bro and keeping them together. So, I mean, in that aspect, I like it. But again, Diego, I do agree with you. They were kind of predictable. But at the same time, again, if you look at it, based off the first 5 picks for SmackDown and the first five picks for Raw, well, technically 4, but 5 people going both ways, SmackDown automatically looks like the A show right there.
That's true. The big names are definitely there. It's like they're loading up. I mean, Drew, like you were saying, I agree. Drew on SmackDown's good. They had a little backstage interview of everybody on Talking Smack where they actually announced a few more picks that weren't just on, TV. But Drew, they brought up how he kind of made his intentions known to Big E on Raw. He talked about Roman. He said, I almost had him beat once. He had a little help. I think I can do it again. I know I can take that title from him. There you go. There's your next feud right after he gets out of Saudi Arabia. RK Bro, good. Kingston and Woods, I think, is going to play into something and more. Because I think you just got New Day back and you literally made them the focus of your show for the last 2-3 weeks of them being together as a unit, especially with potential Hurt Business implications and everything like that. So I'm thinking there's going to be something along the lines of so the Usos weren't drafted this night. We can just, put that out there. The SmackDown champs weren't in this pool for whatever reason. So Roman pulled Paul Heyman aside and said, hey, make sure the Usos are drafted to Friday nights or your ass is done.
That was such a beautiful segment, by the way.
It was.
Great
so
segments.
maybe Raw drafts the Usos and then they do a trade back of Woods and the Usos because they finagle something, yada, yada, yada. But Edge to Raw, again, very good. They built up the rivalry with Rollins over the weekend. Kind of involved the wife of Edge a little more. So maybe we'll get that mixed tag we had been hoping for. But again, like you said, writes itself. Seems like perfect switches. If they keep Woods and Kofi on SmackDown, Woods could be your new King of the Ring guy if he's going to go with that. Kofi Kingston can be slotted into the main event at any time. And Fox probably loved having him, the first year, even though they had him drop to Brock, but he was still a very big, highly featured man. So, yeah, I mean, again, I'm still with you where SmackDown and round 3, if we can just jump into it.
So real quick,
yeah.
Everybody knows what Xavier Woods' big goal is in WWE, right?
Yep.
It's to win King of the Ring.
Win King of the Ring. Yep.
Story writes itself.
Yep. Which starts next Friday on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then leading into round 3, did you have anything else you want to add, Diego? Or
no, let's lead off on 2.
So round 3 for SmackDown, kind of a surprising first pick for them as far as I'm concerned. But Happy Corbin and his new muscle, Madcap Moss. What a name. 2 Friday nights. Corbin was someone I kind of saw seeing going over to Raw. But, here we are. We got that new duo. Raw drafted Rhea Ripley and Nikki Ash, the women's tag team champions. And SmackDown, again, if this is done properly, my goodness, they drafted Hit Row from NXT with Isaiah Swerve Scott, Top Dollar, Ashanti the Adonis, and B-Fab. So they've been killing it on NXT. So them getting that call up, can't wait. And then the final pick for that round was Keith Bearcat Lee. So Raw still keeping that potentially huge monster / babyface name in Keith Lee. And that for our anxieties, it's nice to see it's nice to see him as a 3rd round pick. So they, he's not just some supplemental draft move on WWE.com. So it's nice to see him get highlighted. What else do you guys think?
Diego, you want to go? You want me to go? You want Hunneman to go? You want
for me out of this 3rd round, I really like the fact that Big Cat Keith Lee is there. I like him. I like him a lot. I think his return to the main roster has not been as fully profitable as it should have. I think is the right word. However, him going in the 3rd round finally gives us some sort of time window to see, okay, where could this new heel potentially finally start to flourish into something that finally gives that persona who Keith Lee is. Him going in the 3rd round, it means, probably come February, March, when we're starting to look at WrestleMania and all that stuff, he's come full circle and he's ready to go for that kind of main event to take place. I think Crown Jewel offers him an opportunity to maybe continue to push himself a little bit further if he's part of the event, which I doubt he will be. But additionally, him just going in the 3rd round, it just, again, like I said, it gives at least a clear picture as to, okay, there is potential with him being involved somewhere along the lines that will finally bring fans into some sort of happiness, because as of late, he's just been utilized as a cover up whenever they screw up things in their promos. So
right.
Again, SmackDown, Fox just has so much money that they can get a good show like this.
Yeah.
Because again, Hit Row, like Hunneman said, has been absolutely killing it on NXT. You already got a solid mid guy right there in Isaiah Swerve Scott. The tag team very good. And BFAB's no slouch either in the women's division. So she can easily fit right in and handle her own. Like, they got 4 talented pieces there. Raw gets Rhea Ripley, talent. Nikki Ash, she's there. But I think the big thing is for Raw is, if you think of it like this, Hunter, and if you think of, you know, what we've been talking about, this now even more so looks like our good friend Bearcat Keith Lee, Royal Rumble favorite right now.
Dude, has to be at this point. Like, I was hoping for it last year, but him or Big E now.
You're gonna tell me we're gonna get him versus Big E at WrestleMania for the title?
That's some big meaty men slapping meat if I ever seen it.
Watch out, Dwayne Johnson and Roman Reigns.
Just so again, we like what's been going on for this so far. The logic behind a lot of this confuses me. So, like, Hit Row, they just drafted 4 people with 1 pick. Cool. If you're gonna draft Big E number 1 overall on Raw, why not just take the entire New Day? So it's like, it's just a little confusing how they keep everybody in their pool and where they're eligible to be drafted with who. And like Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss, I guess they're a duo, so you can take them both at the same time. So it's tough to kind of keep up with it and on what the heck's going on there. But again, it just seems like if your first feud is Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss versus Hit Row, it's pretty good. You just throw some tag teams in there. But I mean, leading into that, I mean, our 4th and final round that was on television that day, SmackDown drafted Naomi, who is seemingly in the midst of some sort of push, anti-authority, you know, I want to be featured type thing. So maybe something's coming big for her. And again, SmackDown drafted her, even though Sonya Deville's been, you know, treating her like crap and not giving her a match. So it's like, did the network choose that? Did Sonya Deville choose that just to keep her here and torture her? Like, what are we doing here? But then a bigger move, you could say, Rey and Dominic Mysterio to Raw. Jeff Hardy back over to SmackDown, which I think a few of us were hoping for here. Doesn't really do much for us right now with the way they've treated him. But, you know, he's a mid-card guy. Easily could be thrown into a world title feud. And Austin Theory from NXT actually is called back up to Raw. Didn't go so well the first time. But now, after he's kind of, you know, seasoned himself a little more in NXT with Gargano and everybody, he's going to get another chance on Monday nights. So what do we think after that?
Again, it's just... I think that one's a little bit different to me. I don't know. I'm not really sold on it as of right now. For either side, I mean, the Mysterios giving them new storylines and stuff like that would be good and beneficial. And that would be the show that Dominic could potentially see himself grow as a singles competitor once Daddy decides he wants to retire everything. But other than that, I mean, really no like big difference makers in that. No like big changes for me.
Naomi could be one, but you know, who knows how they're going to do it depending on how their world title scene shakes out at the top. It's going to be tough to get everyone featured. But Diego, what about you? What do you think?
I don't know if I really have anything else to add here. You guys, like, I'm just listening and I'm like, okay. Another point that I had in mind. Okay, another point that I had in mind. Okay, well, I'm out.
Motherfuckers.
For this one, I'm out. For this one, I think you guys covered just spot on.
It's that last round on the broadcast. You know, you're not expecting. Once the top 2 rounds go, it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's like bums, but it could be anywhere. It's just like reshuffling. So probably how it's going to end up being on, you know, Raw tonight as well. But I'm interested to see because they did 2 picks per round on SmackDown. I wonder if they're going to keep that same formula on Raw, or if they'll add, you know, a 3rd pick because of the 3rd hour or whatever the heck they're doing. Because in previous years, they'd actually been doing Raw would get 3 picks because they were 3 hours and SmackDown would get 2. So it made more sense to do that. So like, you know, Raw didn't pass on someone weirdly enough, you know. But you know, there was a few other, you know, moves that were really revealed on Talking Smack that night. Raw got quite a few people. They got Akira Tozawa, who's been, you know, big 24/7 title guy. Good for, you know, making anybody look good, can put on a match if he needs to. Otis and Chad Gable of the Alpha Academy going on Monday nights. Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz going on Monday nights. Little surprised they weren't in the main, you know, area of the draft, because they had been pushing Apollo a lot. So that's a little worrisome, but, you know, hopefully at least they're keeping them together. Dewdrop to Raw. Drake Maverick, John Morrison, Nia Jax whenever she comes back, Reggie, 24/7 champion, staying on Monday nights, R-Truth, Zelina Vega, so maybe another one that could get some opportunities now that there's more time on the show, and T-Bar, aka Dominic Dijakovic, is now on Raw, and they split up himself and Mace. So do you guys want me to say the SmackDown ones as well, or do you want to talk about Raw first?
Let's talk about Raw real quick.
Yeah.
It's just so what it looks like now is it just seems like they're adding in the fillers.
Yep.
So basically just people that are going to be on the roster, but could they be effective? Could they not? Who knows? I don't know. I don't really have much takeaway from it. I mean, I hope that Morrison does something.
Yep.
But other than that, I mean, it's just one of those things where Raw is just going to keep adding names to quote unquote here. Fill the time slots.
Mm-hmm. The only big one that I could see paying off is, like you said, Morrison. Hopefully, if they give him a push, because he's still, an incredible performer, and he's charismatic as hell. They just got to give him a chance and not have him just always be Miz's buddy, which they broke him up, but now Miz is doing Dancing with the Stars, so he won't be around for a while. It's right. But T-Bar could be, if you need Bearcat Keith Lee to have his first feud, why not get his most storied rival from NXT to put on some banger matches with him? Give him 10 minutes on Raw for the next couple weeks and establish both of them. Just those dudes know how to put on a fantastic match. And I hope they change the name. Retribution's gone. They kept the tag team together, cool. But now that they're split, let's get rid of that whole thing. That was we need to be done, as far as I'm concerned.
It was idiotic. But let's go back to Dominic Dijakovic. The COVID. All right, let's do the
SmackDown. I might say her name wrong, but Aaliyah from NXT got called up finally.
Mm-hmm.
So she had been rumored to be someone that was headed toward Friday, the main roster.
Hold on. I thought you were going to say her name wrong above things.
Yeah.
That was his word.
Aaliyah. And then Drew Gulak to Friday nights. Mace, so the other half of T-Bar Mace, aka Dio Madden, who big pals with Xavier Woods, so I'm sure Woods is excited to have him on the same show if they are sticking together. Mansoor and Mustafa Ali as a team are over there now, and then Toni Storm is another one that they kept on SmackDown, which hopefully they just give her a chance to do stuff, because she's one they've so far seemingly dropped the ball on, in my opinion. But what do you guys think of the Raw? Got a few more names in that that late round ad, but SmackDown got some depth, some potential good guys. What do you guys think?
I'm just waiting to see what it looks come after tonight. Honestly, yep. I mean, it's just that those stuff just really doesn't move the needle for me.
Yeah.
So it's like, I could
use filler.
Yeah. But that's just how I feel about it. Really, not much to touch upon.
Yep. Diego.
Once again,
I'm like, right, from now on, let Diego go first.
Yeah, there you go.
No. Just put me in the middle. First. Just put me in the middle. For Raw predictions right now, I don't know. I mean,
there's a lot of names left, man.
There really is.
There's a lot of names. Rumor, though, if you don't mind, before we get going, I don't know if that counts as an interruption.
No, go for it.
to count for tonight, one of the rumors I was reading as the day has gone on today is that Walter might be someone that gets brought over to Raw or SmackDown. And if you can get him anywhere on your weekly program, you got to do it.
Yeah.
So we will see where he pops up. I would hope it's SmackDown, just because him versus Drew or I almost said Big E, Roman, everybody. It would just.
Oh, you mean him versus? Oh, I don't know.
Him and
Cesaro.
Come on, exactly. But I guess for big names, the only ones that I can think of off the top of my head, you got. Okay, before that, injured people seemingly are not involved in this. So girls such as Asuka and Bayley are not in the draft pool, from what I've been reading. So they aren't currently competing, so they aren't eligible. They'll be able to return wherever they want when that happens. So if you don't see them show up tonight, don't get worried. They're just out of action, so they're not.
Oh, I'm gonna get worried. All right.
But you still have Sasha and Becky. You got Bobby Lashley plus the Hurt Business. You got the Usos. You got Seth Rollins, Cesaro, as you said. You got the Street Profits. What do you guys think? What do you think is going to shake out tonight?
I think Bobby Lashley gets moved down to SmackDown.
Okay. Think so?
I think Lashley stays, but I want Diego's reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
I think at this point there's enough audience that he's captured in Monday Night Raw, and therefore a little bit of a shakeup needed for his storyline to then not be as repetitive as it is in Raw, where SmackDown also is getting a lot of newer talent as well, and some prospects there as well. I think it's time for Bobby Lashley to make the move. However, he could very well just continue to be the main storyline for Monday Night Raw. I just think at this point where viewers have kind of gotten used to it, a little bit of a shakeup is needed. I do see as well the Street Profits staying in Monday Night Raw.
Moving to Mondays, you mean?
I mean, moving to Monday.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think with Belair moving in the third round, it's good to just bring them back. They were so good of an entertainment combo that Monday Night Raw could utilize it big time right now.
I would agree.
So you're gonna think with Bianca going to Raw, you're gonna think the Street Profits are heading that way, anyways.
Right. Which is what Diego's saying now.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, I saw. Sorry, the internet was like, "Oh, maybe they'll just draft Montez Ford to Raw and leave Dawkins on SmackDown." Please don't fucking do that. Like, just shut up. Don't even put that. Don't even speak that into existence. That would make zero sense. So just all right. Sorry.
I have two big predictions on who could go to us Friday nights. One of them would be AJ Styles. Splitting up AJ and almost having AJ back on the blue brand, almost can run the red.
Which was something I kind of called last episode.
You did, 100%. And I sat there after and I was like, I think Diego's kind of right. I didn't want to tell him. I was going to wait. But
I didn't want to tell him.
And then another one for me, now that I'm thinking about it, don't get me wrong, the Hurt Business versus the Bloodline sounds like it could be a great feud as well.
Yep.
So I might be now retracting my statement on I don't see Bobby moving. But there was another one I had, and I can't fucking think of his name now.
Just as far as what you were just saying, Jones, if it was Bobby and the Hurt Business, if they also just wanted to happen to, feud with Hurt Row or Hit Row, the first feud.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things. You know who I hope goes to? I hope they do this swap. I hope Ricochet goes to SmackDown so we can finally get some fucking recognition. And I hope Finn Balor goes to Raw. Yep. That's what I want.
Yep.
That's what I want.
I was reading today too that there was a writer that seemingly spoke up in a recent meeting saying that he really thinks Finn Balor could be what Drew McIntyre was for Raw with that second biggest babyface. So they're hoping to get him on Raw. Again, hopefully that's true. But after he just had his feud with Roman, it's kind of like either you go to the bottom of the totem pole or you shift gears and jump back into it somewhere else. So him going to Monday nights would be awesome. I still think Lashley and Hurt Business are going to stay on Raw. I just don't want McIntyre and him near one another, at least for another year. So it'd be nice to give us a break from that, even though Lashley versus Roman would be another great feud that I would like to see. Street Profits definitely, I think, are Raw. Seth, I think, has to go to Raw to keep up his feud with Edge. And then in turn, I think you'll get Becky also on Raw from... Obviously, they're a real life couple. They have a kid. They had a kid recently. So, yeah.
What?
So here's another storyline that I hope happens. And you guys are gonna be like, wait, where the hell did that come from? But you'll see why.
Okay.
I'm hoping to God that Zelina Vega stays in Monday Night Raw. Only reason being why is because of the following. With Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio staying in Monday Night Raw, put Zelina Vega to start managing Dominic Mysterio so Rey can finally start to fade off towards retirement. Now you have somebody that can actually manage him the way that she used to manage Elidolo, whatever you want to call that fucking moron. and finally have an actual product that she can be proud of in managing, because she had what's his name, the stupid guy with the freaking little rose that we used to come on,
Angel Garza,
Angel
baby,
Garza?
where's him?
Hey,
fuck
he's
him,
fine.
fuck him. Bad representation of whatever he's trying to represent.
Ladies man,
Hated Angel Garza, absolutely beyond hate Charlotte's little
Andrade CNA. Oh my!
not an Andrade fan, Diego.
No, not a single bit. I would much rather collect dust before I collect any of his articles on WWE.
I was waiting for him to say I'd rather be a Grand Metal E fan than Andrade.
Yeah. I much rather wipe the sweat off of Bobby Lashley's forehead before I ever go anywhere.
Wipe it or lick it.
Yes.
Lick it, absolutely. Lick it. That's like part of the package. Absolutely.
Perfect.
If you're salty, you gotta lick it.
Hunneman, you know what else we could see potentially?
What?
We could see the mid card. No, we could see the mid card champs trading brands as well.
Yeah, true.
Putting Priest over Friday nights and Nakamura over to Raw.
Yeah, I really thought Nakamura to Raw was going to be a thing, but swapping them too, and then Priest getting over there with all those main event dudes would be definitely interesting. So who knows
Chef's
that
kiss.
one? Yeah. Honestly, there's a lot. I forgot they were still eligible. So it's like, what this Raw's going to be, to an extent, must watch just to see how they're going to shake this out, because they just, like you said, there's a ton. My theory,
could this be one of the more memorable ones?
It could be. They could botch it.
You know what I wish they would do?
What?
Do you remember back in the day when they would just have matches and the winner gets the draft pick? I wish they would go back to that. Get some brand supremacy. Give me a Raw, give me SmackDown, give me NXT. Let's do it.
Okay. I still my theory that I don't know if it's going to play out this way, but it was discussed in a group chat this week, I believe, that you saw, Jones. I think if you kept the 4 horsewomen on SmackDown, you could run everything through them for the next year or so. And if you're going to make Raw your new faces type of thing and build up the new women's division, you already have Ripley there. You already have Bianca there. It'd be cool if like Raquel Gonzalez got called up to there.
Dakota Kai
is another one. Zelina Vega, like you said, already there. That could be a way for, to me, it feels like SmackDown's getting the big names and Raw's getting all the depth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody?
I agree with that.
So I think if USA gets a few of their top people that they'd like to keep on the show, like Big E and New Day, if they end up switching back or whatever it is, that would be cool. But then you can rebuild that entire women's division and create some new stars while the 4 horsewomen are finally on the same brand and mixing it up. And obviously you'll get hella ratings for that once Bayley's back. And it'll be, you have to have either Becky or Charlotte drop a title back to Raw. But I would just love to see the new age of the women's wrestlers get, the chance to get established, get known by the audience. And if they start building all these stars through Raw, you could have a fucking incredible roster by next year. Like if Keith Lee gets his pushes, if Lashley, all them, we'll see. I still think Becky and Seth are going to be on Monday, but if they kept them all on SmackDown, it'd be a dream to an extent.
Any other things draft related that we want to touch upon?
No.
Any AEW talk we want to talk about?
I mean, they had a good week. They had a nice Rampage. They had Daniel. I keep saying Daniel Bryan after all those years, but Daniel
Bryanson. Yeah.
Him versus one of the Young Bucks on Rampage. Says it was a good match. Dynamite was solid. They tributed Brody Lee, which was nice. They had Dark Order finally reunite and embrace each other. Though I'm glad they're back on the same page and all that, but it felt like kind of a dull payoff. Like it made sense to have it on the Brody Lee Retribution show. Or Retribution. I can't talk today, man. Tribute show. I'm still jet lagged. I'm sorry, guys. I just got back from California last night.
You got Californicated.
Yep. There you go. And
y'all should just take quick 5 seconds to appreciate the fact that I was able to say that and pronounce it correctly. That's all.
Doesn't that just mean intercourse? Californication?
No.
No.
You sure?
Get your head out of your gutter.
That's mean. I know I'm fat. Come on, man. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I got brain fog, Jones. You say something.
Words, yes.
Okay, perfect. I know what I was gonna say.
I got you.
Dark Order felt like it was kind of lackluster for the payoff. Made sense to have them, reconnect on Brody's tribute episode, but no Hangman coming back, no Wyndham Rotunda / Bray Wyatt, whatever you want to call him. Kind of disappointing for me, but we will see how it goes from there. See what happens when Hangman and them come back. And even Bray Wyatt, the rumor, if he didn't show up at that Dynamite, the biggest thing everybody was saying was if he's not at that show, he's probably going to Impact. And then another report came out that said him and Impact are very far away on a contract, money-wise and things like that. So we'll see. We'll see.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, I know. Impact, $10 a match. That's it. Carry on.
So real quick, the last thing. The 2-year anniversary show is this coming week.
Yep.
There's a ladder match
that is this week,
where the winner receives a world title shot. So in the ladder match, it's Pac, Andrade El Idolo, John Moxley, Lance Archer, Matt Hardy, Orange Cassidy, and a Joker. Who's the Joker? Let's make predictions. Who could it be?
I'll say Hangman.
Ooh.
He wins.
Diego?
He wins the ladder match. He gets the title shot, right? There's your way around it.
Diego?
I kind of like that. Not gonna lie.
So as a group, we're going to collectively agree here. But Diego, let's give a wild prediction from you and I. Hold on, let me think.
So let's see what the options are. Let's start with the options. Like, what are the options right
now? Well, you can't say Pac, you can't say Andrade, you can't say Moxley, you can't say Archer, can't say Cassidy, can't say Matt Hardy. Don't. Hunneman?
What?
Is it gonna be Okada?
No, stop. Just stop. We're not doing that again. Every time there's a Joker, is it gonna be Tetsuya Naito? Okada, one of the New Japan guys. Will Ospreay,
2-year anniversary, Joker. I'm trying to think of someone else that's out that we haven't seen.
Kind of surprising that you don't have Danielson or Punk in that match, but also I like it because they would obviously be the hands-on favorites to win it. So it's nice to not have them mixed into that yet.
Who the fuck would be the Joker in that match?
The only one to me that makes sense is Hangman.
I'm trying to think. Give me your funny feeling.
What's the funny feeling?
What I think?
Buddy Matthews.
Oh, okay.
AEW passed on.
Allegedly.
That's why I'm thinking Buddy Matthews.
Yep.
It's not fully reported. It's just allegations right now.
See, like,
if you the only reason I'm gonna add that on, literally, go look at his Twitter and look at the cryptic message he's been writing.
He looks incredible.
Look at his Twitter. Look at his Twitter as of last night. That's the only reason why he came to mind just as of right now. Last night at about 6 p.m, weird little posted logo that he tweeted out. It's just a Joker's playing card. If that doesn't give it to you, I don't know what else does.
See, when people do stuff like that, I feel like it spoils it that it's not them, but they're just trying to keep the intrigue up for their name.
But there's so many reports alleging that he's been passed on. So,
yeah, true.
Like, how else do you play it off? And he's refrained from like giving moves away, and stuff. But in this one, it's almost like, I'm gonna confirm to you that no, these allegations are completely negative. And yes, I'm the Joker.
That'd be cool.
See, like my brain's going in several different directions. Like one of them thinks Tessa Blanchard's gonna be it. No, that's not gonna be it. No. But that's where my mind's going right now.
She's just not coming back. It's weird that she hasn't returned yet, but hopefully she's all good.
I saw that there's a rumor that there's going to be a relaunch of Women of Wrestling. Hunneman?
What'd you say?
I was reading earlier that there was going to be a relaunch of Women of Wrestling, aka WoW.
Okay.
and she was going to be the main face behind them.
Well, that's a good person to launch your brand behind.
The only other person that I could think of as the Joker would be Ruby Soho. That's it.
Again,
I'm going idiocracy here. Hold on.
That's like the only other person I can think of.
Come on.
My brain hurts, Joker. Who could it be?
You gotta wrap it up.
Could this be William Rotunda?
It could be. It'd be weird to have him debut then rather than last week, given the circumstances. But again, also very possible. Could be Braun Strowman. Could be any of these releases that happened recently. So my brain. Could be Leo Rush. He's back. He already showed up though, so it wouldn't.
He already showed up, and that was another person that was in mind. But I remember he already showed up, and I'm like,
he's solid. I didn't bring him up because I guess he hasn't done much.
Could it be Sting?
Really.
Could it be? Could it be Darby? Could it be Brian Cage? Like I'm so
Darby
confused.
from Harry Potter?
No, Darby, like Darby Allin. He looks like a Joker.
Darby is free elf though, so maybe.
So like obviously like now like my mind's set on Hangman, but I want to give like some idiocracy behind it.
Well, so the other thing you got to remember too is there is a Danielson with Jurassic Express and Christian Cage versus the Elite match. So you're not going to get Danielson, you're not going to get Jungle Boy, you're not going to get Christian, you're not going to get Luchasaurus, and you're also not going to get Adam Cole because he's teaming with Omega and the Bucks in that match.
Yeah.
So that rules them out most likely. It makes sense that would rule them out. And I mean, there's already a surprise on the card that I'm content with. You get Sammy Guevara versus Bobby Fish on Wednesday.
Is that actually a thing? Like officially?
Yeah,
I thought that was just
his first TNT title defense is against Bobby Fish.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought that was just a joke.
No.
Wow. I wonder how Adam Cole feels about Bobby Fish.
He tweeted about it. He already tweeted something along the lines, just like an interesting, like, that's my pal.
Orange Cassidy, watch me refuse to climb a single ladder.
Did you see him on Rampage when they were doing the side-by-side interview with Mark Henry and then Hardy and what was it? Not Angelico, but his Jack Evans?
Yeah.
They were just like, Orange Cassidy was like, what am I doing? And like, it's a hair versus hair match. If you lose, you get your head shaved. He's like, all right, I'm not going to lose. He just said the most nonchalant shit and then just walked off.
Love it.
He's like, I guess I can't lose. He's great. Best promo in the game.
Who else could have? I'm gonna move on.
Hangman.
I'm gonna move on. Last thing we're gonna be talking about. I am now a Puma guy because they just signed Phil Brooks, CM Punk.
Yeah, I mean you could do that too, but
I'm officially a Puma guy if CM Punk is a Puma guy.
I got nothing. I'm sticking with Hangman because I think it makes the most sense, and it's a perfect way to get him back into title contention with Omega.
I'm gonna stick with Buddy Matthews.
Okay.
Those speculations of him being passed on are not confirmed yet, and there leaves a lot of room to think otherwise.
Cool.
I'm gonna say William Rotunda with hope that it's gonna be Okada.
With a side of AJ Styles, yeah, all of them.
with a side of Prince Devitt.
Oh, fucking sign me up. All right. Well, for us here at Suplex Biddies.
Whoa! Oh, you were the fucking host here. Jesus Christ. Dingo's taking us off the pod.
No.
This guy. Here we go.
I'm just initiating final.
Gabagool kid. All right.
His soul is like right here, and he's just looking. He's like, oh it's me. Right. Okay, hang on. Hey, from Suplex Biddies.
All right. So, again, from all of us here at Suplex Biddies, I will do the outro. Thank you to our friends at Struct Energy for sponsoring this podcast. Thank you to our good friends from Couch Guy Sports. Please make sure to use the internet one time. Diego has a fire article that's going to be coming out soon. So if you're not ready for that, let me tell you. Figure it out because he's going to drop a banger and it's going to be probably one of the highest viewed articles on the website ever. But with that being said, from Andrew Hunneman, Diego Galvis, Chris Jones here, signing off. We'll see you next week for episode 20. What comes after 8? 9? What comes after 8?
29.
Comes after 8? 9? right?
Yeah.
29.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, 29 episodes. Woo. We'll see you. Not woo like Ric Flair because he's in hot water. Because
Not woo woo like Matt Cardona.
Woo. Yeah.
No, woo like Urban Meyer.
Boo.
Cut
That guy's
it.
chips.
Cut it.
See us.